So, when we last left off, our heroes came face to face with this titanic creature that sits upon the carrion throne. You can see through his tattered robes that even his body has started to feel the decay of this realm. Those red pustules now growing a bright, toxic orange, even infecting his eyes with their pustulence. At his sheer size, it is almost difficult to make out the full humanoid-sized figures that hang limp from his antlers.
Oh.
He looks down at you, beckoning forward the creatures that have come to his lair. And he says, "I wasn't expecting mortals to be the first guests to arrive for the Last Supper."
What?
This isn't Ed Kettle, is it?
This sure isn't. His eyes aren't even red. But you do notice that man-sized iron wheel hanging from his horns by a chain.
Mm-hmm. I think Beck points his gun up, says, "You weren't who I was expecting to meet here."
And you aren't who I was expecting either. Those others, they had better bring truly magnificent offerings to excuse their tardiness.
Others?
The other lords of fear and hunger, my dear brothers. I am expecting them soon.
Oh, I'm sorry to say, your inheritance got quite a bit larger.
And what do you mean by that?
Oh, you don't have brothers no more. Unless... And I think Beck looks back at Erebus and then looks back to him and says, "You'd like to go and meet them?"
You see his massive, strangely discordant eyes darting back and forth as if he's putting together what you are serving him. No. The others have gone before me. It was to be my privilege.
Well, that's business you have to take up with them. Now, I got questions. You got answers. Shall we parlay?
You see he's not taking what looks like a hostile stance, but he doesn't seem to be fully treating you with respectful attention either. He seems to be fretting and wondering about something and is not paying very much attention to these puny creatures that have intruded upon the carrion throne.
Let's try something.
Yeah.
I want Beck to speak with Erebus's voice.
Oh.
And so I think Beck's fur begins to stand on edge. And you see his mouth move. But it's Erebus's mouth that actually speaks the voice. And it's very deep and primal. And sort of, you hear it within the roar, both sounds. Almost as if he's roaring, but you hear the words and understand them. And when Erebus speaks, he says, "You will listen."
He seems very taken aback by this, sitting fully upright in his throne now, as he looks down at Erebus with an expression of concern. Is that the source?
Where is Kettle?
Kettle? Are you looking for him down here? You are truly lost, little shadow. Kettle is in the realm above.
And I think Beck looks very shocked by this. And then Beck looks to Erebus for answers.
Erebus doesn't seem to be paying you any mind. Instead, his eyes are transfixed on that iron wheel. You have the feeling he wants it badly. But in lieu of answers from Erebus, you get some from Barbatus instead. Kettle gave me a town. In exchange, I gave him eternity. My eternity. Without that, he suggested, I myself could at last experience the wretched rot and decay I so dearly deserve. I would be the first of the endless to die. Can you imagine? But that is gone now. I will not be first. You. Are you responsible for this?
You know very well that down here, all things meet their end by their own hands. Are any of us not responsible for our own deaths?
I don't know what that means, but I'm angry!
And I think Beck, what is the surrounding here? What is this? Is it just a big empty throne room?
It is a big empty throne room. It looks like there are many like alcoves and displays carved into the walls, but knowing how this place works, those could probably be rearranged or put away with the snap of the Lord of Decay's fingers. His entire place could reshape to his very whims.
You called Erebus the source. What do you mean by that?
Enough of this, little shadow. I will have answers from your bones. And you see him beginning to rise, although he stands up upon unsteady feet, his very body ensorcelled by decay, that very decay he sought to rout upon himself.
I think Beck readies himself, and just more to himself than to anyone else, he starts to speak and says, "'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyring gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves and the mome wraiths outgrabe. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jub-jub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch." And that's when Beck fires his first shot.
He's unprepared. And
Beck is aiming at the wheel.
Ooh, okay.
Or I guess maybe
The chain.
the chain.
Like 100 feet
yeah.
of chain. Air.
Yeah, that would put a penalty on the roll, so that will unfortunately be a miss. And then we're going to go into combat.
Can I Benny it?
You can.
We'll see what happens.
What happened with that betting?
That's a good
That's
one.
pretty good. So let's see.
I think with the called shot, it's still a 4.
Cold shot item based on item size. So yes, I'm gonna say that an 8 will hit an item of that size way up upon him. Are you gonna try and sever the chain with that shot?
I mean, in as much as firing at it means he would try to inflict damage upon it, sure.
Give me
So
damage
roll.
roll.
Oh,
Okay.
and also because my new edge,
Oh my goodness.
I get +2 damage to that. So that would be a 21, right?
Yes. For the audience, what is your new edge?
So I have a new edge. Let me read the description. Called Champion. So champions are holy or unholy men and women chosen to fight for a particular deity or religion. Beck, through his journey here closer to the deeper layers of the other side, has forged an even deeper bond with Erebus. So now Beck is Erebus's champion, the champion of shadow, the champion of hunger.
I love it. I just want to point out the strange irony that you have rolled higher on damage for an object than you ever have against a living creature.
It is the object of my ire.
You know what? It is. So that actually is very appropriate. I like
It's pronounced iron.
Thank you. Lynn's ability to break the fourth wall and jim the camera anytime we say something is just his secret. That's the edge he picked up.
It makes me very happy. All right. Toggling combat state. Y'all should be up in the combat encounter tracker now.
Hey.
I'm gonna change
Okay.
armies.
Joker.
Just had to one-up me. I get an ace and just...
Oh my god. Fucking Conrad gets a Joker immediately. Let's fucking go.
Alrighty. And it looks like it's not doing it automatically anymore, so everyone give yourself a Benny now that the Joker has been drawn.
Hold on.
Yeah, you spent one, Nico.
Opposite of what I wanted to do.
All right. So as Beck lets that opening shot ring out, he severs the chain, and the wheel comes tilting down off of it, clattering off of Barbadus's shoulder and rolling down his front side. His bony, mangled, decrepit little fingers try to grasp at it, but it slips through them and clatters onto the ground, much to his very visible dismay. You don't know if that will have an immediate effect on him, but it certainly has him rattled and distracted.
How big is it?
That is the size of a person. As you can see, there are people hanging roughly its size and location. I don't know if you're going to fit that in your mouth.
I have a
Well,
question
find out.
Unhinge his
for
jaw.
something in my surprise round.
Uh-huh.
Am I able to roll a notice on it to see if there's anyone on the wheel?
We can just do that as a reaction.
Free action. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let me just do that then real quick. Let's pray I roll real fucking good again, because I need it. Well, it happens. Too far away.
The wheel is falling down and spinning in such a way that it's hard to get a good look at it. All right. So first up, we have Conrad as the drawer of the Joker. You can actually hold your turn and interrupt anyone at any time, or you can just go first. What would you like to do?
I might like to go first. Maybe.
That's something funny.
Rail gun.
I had something funny. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's something funny. I don't think it's time sensitive though.
Let's see. If I'm looking for, like, what's the ground like? Is there, like, a smooth marble? Can I spot, like, smooth ground near where he's standing or anything like that? Should I roll for notice, or...?
It appears to be made of bone, but for the most part, it is polished and smooth. Very classy bone.
Interesting. Okay.
I like this music. Right. I could listen to this. Sorry.
I'm going to MacGyver.
Ooh.
I like the chime. So
that's a repair roll, right?
Yeah.
It's very goblin.
It's very goblin.
It sounds very Suspiria.
All right, that's a 6. That might be a success depending on what you're trying to do.
I've got soap. I have an endless supply of water.
Yeah? Are we making a slip trap?
I'm making a slip trap.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's smart, comrade.
I think you're just gonna wash him.
We're going full Looney Tunes on the final boss. I love it.
Yep.
He's a filthy boy. We gotta give him. We gotta get him sudsed up.
Yep.
Filthy boy.
All right, Team Pup and Suds, we're doing this.
that uses my turn,
on
right?
The Lord of Hunger was actually foreshadowing.
Yeah. All right, so that floor is slippy, and I'm gonna say because of that, he's now vulnerable as he reaches down to try and grasp at that wheel that has escaped him and starts slipping on the fucking floor.
Lynn, please.
No, it's like.
Knock him over.
I was gonna ask.
Glowing weak spot.
Would the wheel be considered a large improvised weapon?
Yes.
Could I use it as a large improvised weapon?
You sure can. It's coming red for you.
Does that count as fighting?
With improvised weapons, yes.
Sweet, because that means I get to do it twice with Frenzy.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna roll 2 of these guys. Let's see. First one. Wait, why do I have -2? Oh, because it's item trait. Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna roll the second one. And we'll see if I want to Benny any of those. I'll Benny one of them.
All right.
Oh wait, no, we got 2. Wait, we got a free Benny, so
We did, yes.
I will blow 2.
All right. There's a good roll.
That's what we're looking for.
All right.
I will resolve the damage on this and then decide if I want to do another Benny.
Okay. So that turns the first attack
Trying to
into
double
a hit.
check and make sure I don't have anything additional to this. I don't think I do.
Now, if Conrad went at him with the steel chair, he's got some improvised weapon training.
I'm going to Benny the other roll now.
All right.
I'll hold that.
Okay.
So I think like what this is just, it sounds like it's just rolling down his body, and I think Lynn just grabs onto it as it crosses in front of him, uses the momentum to just like wail on his ankle.
Ooh, you hear his ankle crunch as the thick, corrupted black ichor spews from his shattered bone like marrow.
Like who?
Like me and who? All right, and I believe that'll be the end of your turn, Lynn.
Yep,
that's a good round. All right, he's gonna spend a Benny to get out of staggered immediately.
Oh wait, if he was vulnerable, do I get +2 on those rolls?
+2 on the damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you for
that
clarifying.
11 went up to a 13.
Sick.
All right. So let's see. He gets up from this soap that has been spewed across the ground. It's still slippery, so he might fall on it again if he tries to move. But for the time being, he reaches down and tries to tear away that wheel from Lynn. Lynn, give me a strength roll.
Oh god.
I'm gonna have a tug of war with this
Tom versus Jerry.
No, it's mine.
No.
No take, only throw.
All right, let's see if he can beat that. Indeed, he was just barely able to beat that. Tugging it away from you. Why is he at 3 wounds? He should not be at 3 wounds. There we go.
Beat his ass so bad.
Beat his ankle so bad. Ah, he's Achilles. He rips that wheel away from you and then reaches down to grab you with his other hand. Give me an agility for Lynn.
Something I'm not particularly great at.
All right. He has you in his hand, and he squeezes tight around you, looking down at this tiny little Wolverine caught in his grip. I'm saving you for later. You'll decay real nice. and he hangs you on one of his horns.
Oh God.
Oh.
So that's fun for you. And then that's the end of his turn. Lynn, you are bound.
Do we recognize anyone?
A
on
whole
the
lot of
horns?
stuff.
You can give me a notice check. They're 90 feet up in the air, so a little
I'm
hard
right
to
next
see
to
from
them.
out here. Oh yeah, you can give me a notice check with a free reroll. They don't look familiar to you. They're pretty fucked up.
I'm
though.
occupied.
They're kind of melty.
Ugh.
All right. Who was up next? Up next is Cassidy.
Oh. Is a notice check for the bodies of turn?
You could. No, it does not take up your turn.
Okay. I didn't want to. Just
Don't want to
stare
waste your
at
turn.
him for a turn.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh wow. That's good notice. You don't recognize any of them in particular, but you do notice one of them has an outfit almost identical to Conrad's.
The Conrads.
Oh.
Oh. Well. That'd be hard to call out because he's about to taunt.
Yeah.
It's
Prioritize.
Yeah. So, learning from his previous experience, where Cassie was about to have a remark, but then upsettingly saw Chance's arm get ripped off and blanked for a turn. Now even worse things are happening, and Cassie's gonna swallow that down and do a taunt anyway, and just make the best of it. Even though Lynn is getting mulched.
He's fine for now.
Cassie's just gonna point. He's going, "You tell him we traveled a week just to see an old man fall down."
Oh, ow, his pride.
Ugh.
All right, and he's gonna roll spirit to see if he can weather your barbs and stings.
Oops. That's also a free reroll on taunts. That's not any better, is it?
That is the same amount. You want to keep it or see if you can Benny that up?
You got pennies.
Oh, why can't I do the thing I need to do?
Brutal.
Son of a bitch. Fuck. One more. Fuck me. Why did I make this character?
Why am I here? Just to suffer?
Jesus Christ.
Yes, actually.
This is literally not getting any better.
The dice
All
are
right,
being bad
well.
improv partners.
Fuck me. I guess I'll keep my last penny.
You are taunting a 112-foot creature that can barely hear you from where
That
he's
doesn't
standing.
affect the roll.
Yeah, I think his response to your taunt is, "What?" All right. Time for Bullet Happy Beck.
It is Bullet Happy Beck. Before I want to do a few things, but only one of them is an actual action as defined by the game's resource economy. So I'm gonna wait to do that one.
Okay.
First thing, can I do another notice on the wheel to see if there's a person on it?
Okay. Yes, and it'll be much easier now that it has come down closer to you and been snatched up.
Okay.
been
Let's
sorry.
see. That's fine. And that's garbage. It's fine. I'm not going to Benny that. Beck is too distracted. I think in the middle of combat, Beck, still speaking with this thing's attention, is going to say, "You said Kettle was up above, but your brothers, they look just like him. Tell me, what does that mean?"
They did? No! That double-dealing, triple-dealing prick!
So he double-crossed them. I think he goes, "That'll teach you to make a deal with a con artist like Kettle."
Give me an occult roll for Beck.
Sure. Sure, why not? I'm okay at those. I'm fucking good at those. I'm fucking great at those. Let's go.
Holy shit. What the fuck? All right, you think back to myths of Wukong, who's the Eastern spirit who gained multiple forms of immortality, and you realize that Edward Kettle now has at least 3 immortalities. He has been harvesting them from these lords.
Mm-hmm.
That's cheating.
Spokes on a wheel that turns so fast when you look at it, looks like there are thousands, even if there's only a handful. I see the game you are playing, Red-Eyed Vulture. I won't rest until I've put you in a cage too. Beck is shooting the rope that Lynn is hung by to sever it so that Lynn lands on his shoulder.
Excellent.
Do I even need to roll damage for that, or is it a fucking rope?
It's a fucking rope. I'm pretty sure that the minimum damage of your gun will do it. But let's see if you get a raise.
Sure. Let's see. That could be fun. I love it when I roll really good, which is what happens when Beck isn't tired. Yeah, I did okay.
All right, that's definitely worth it to kill that rope.
Yeah. I don't get the +2 against the rope, I'm presuming.
You do because it's on his person.
That's 7 damage against a rope. That's not bad for damage against a rope.
Against a rope. Sure is. This is very evil rope. You have banished the evil rope.
So as Lynn falls, I think Beck just laughs and says, "Sock him right in the jaw for me, won't you, Lynn?"
It's not my turn.
What the fuck does that mean?
No, we said the wheel turns.
All right, Chance.
Hello there.
Hello.
I would really love to make a deal with the devil. We're just gonna make a thing of this.
Okay.
In for a penny. In for a penny. Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, remember all those times that I've rolled to notice when Madoska's around?
Mm-hmm.
Beck just exploded noticing Madoska was around.
You can feel her communing with Chance now.
Yeah. I think Beck turns and looks at a spot that's like just in the middle of the room that no one else can see anything at, and he goes, "You really couldn't keep your hands out of this, could you? Too exciting to stay at home to watch your programs, huh?"
Unfortunately, you do not hear her respond.
Of course he doesn't.
She can't hear you.
He just laughs.
Now, I think, let's see, with the roll that high, you actually get extra cards on your dealing with the devil? Let me double check.
I get a bigger hand.
Yeah.
Do I get rid of the...
yeah, you get rid of that. Let me get that off you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Nah, you're good.
Thank you.
All right.
I have already discarded my hand if you want to give that a shuffle before I draw.
I just gave it a shuffle.
Perfect.
You know how much you're drawn?
7 cards.
Oh boy, you can make a pretty
That's not how poker
good
works.
hand.
Elatra,
Did
though.
I draw from the wrong? Oh, that was the wrong deck?
Yeah, did you draw from the Deadlaws deck?
I did.
I don't know how much Argo's worth in a poker hand.
Hey.
Pretty good.
Well, I got a pair, but since I'm casting stun, I don't need very much. It's only 1 power point, I think, or 2.
It was Argo.
All right, you managed to pull it off then, and you hear Madoska tut tut in the back of your head, and says, "One of these days you will not be so lucky. But honestly, I'm entertained with your streak so far."
Okay, now we make the spell casting roll to see how good this goes.
All right, that's a success.
That's a success. So, well, he's got to, I think, make a vigor roll in contest.
All right. His vigor's pretty good.
I might go ahead and Benny that. That didn't get any better. Damn.
Another Benny or let it ride?
Oh, we'll do one more.
Yes.
Make it
Gamble,
count.
gamble.
Bennies.
No.
No.
It's the trend. It's roll the same thing and then roll twos. It's happening to everyone.
It sure is.
Oh, has it
Bennies are
happened
a
to everyone?
scam.
I didn't notice.
So how is this manifesting? How are you attempting to stun him?
So Chance, having done his communion with Madaska, is raising a hand, and he's got one card there, but it doesn't go flying or anything. A bolt of energy flies up right into his eye, but into Barbadus's eye, but doesn't seem to work.
It's at that point you notice his eye is actually collapsed in, forming a torus, and your bolt just goes right through it.
Forming a what?
What the?
A donut, if you will.
No.
He's got a donut for an eye?
It's gross. All right. Nicodemus. This is upsetting.
So I noticed that there's like giant bee legs coming out of his body.
That's actually the throne behind him.
Oh, okay. I am apparently crazy. Never mind.
No worries. I'll hide him for a second so you can see.
There. Okay. I was just like, what? All right. So I'm noticing all this bee imagery around me. Could I roll a spirit roll just to know what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big roll. All right. You get the impression that here in this realm of decay, the structures that Barbadus is forming are stolen from the residents of this realm. It's as if he's crudely mimicking the structures of the very bee colony that you offered your protection to. He's just doing a shadier job of it.
Is there any reason why I can tell that he's doing that?
The reason eludes you, but that is the sense you get from this architecture.
Odd. I'm just gonna kind of shout up and say, Goliath, what was the last midnight?
The Last Supper? He asks in response.
Yeah, something like that.
It is to be my joyous celebration, my last meal before my demise. Kettle offered me a town, and its decay has been so scrumptious.
Just one?
He pauses to ponder. I could have 2 towns.
No. Nico is thinking because he's thinking about the sacrifice that Kettle made, which got Beck killed, and also his own town that got dragged down under. He's going to put that thought on pause, and he is going to roll Smite.
Benny, that's my...
Dice are evil.
The dice are wicked tonight. Not in your favor.
You sure? Not. Oh God. Well,
Hey,
five
A 4 is what you needed.
Right. Okay.
I have such a good idea if I draw good initiative, but I don't trust the dice to make anything work.
Is it true? You can use a Benny to redraw your initiative.
That was a shoot. Did not go off. I'll do a Benny again. Ugh. Okay.
That'll be a hit. And with Smite on it for +2 damage.
Was that 44? Or
It is whatever your gun does, +2. And you have the Colt revolving shotgun, which is going to do 3d6 if you get up real close to him. But that might be in grabbing range. So that's up to you. It'll do 2d6 if you do it from further back.
I'll do further back.
All right. So that'll be a 2d6.
Is it 2d6 plus 2, or is it just 2d6?
2d6 plus 2, because you got your smite bonus. All right, that's a 13. And much like you saw when Lynn shattered open that exposed leg bone of his, you managed to do some damage to this critter. Where are you firing at?
I am going to fire at his shoulder socket.
Ooh. All right. Not the one Lynn is on, hopefully.
The one that he is not on.
Okay, the opposite one.
That's good.
You hear a sickening squelch as black bile begins pouring out of that shoulder socket, raining down over the throne.
Does he seem to enjoy this?
He reels from the pain at first, but then as he glances over at the wound, you see a wicked smile creep across his beak. And you think that, yes, he is enjoying this.
Huh.
All right, on to the next round.
Of course. Him saying I could get 2 towns is real upsetting for Jet.
For Jet?
Yeah.
Because what town's nearby?
Jet in 100 years feels upset about this.
I'm saying implications for Jet, not Jet's literally upset in person.
Yes.
Look, the space-time continuum's kind of fucked up right now.
That's true. All right.
You said we can spend... I was going to say, you said we can spend a Benny to reroll our
You can. You want to
initiative?
do that?
How does that work?
Just spend a Benny, and then I think I can draw a card on you.
Let's see.
I drew a jack.
Oh, wait, I can spend the Benny for you.
Oh,
Right,
I
I'll do it for free then.
Wait, is that a jack or a joker?
That's a jack.
Ah,
It says Red J or BLKJ if it's the Joker. You re-rolled to the Ace of Hearts.
Pretty good roll.
All right.
Big difference.
Okay. Gurgle, where are you?
Do you always do you always take the new card or do you take the best card?
You can take your choice of card. I assume he wanted Ace of Hearts.
Yeah.
All right.
Any opportunity to go before him. So. Yeah. So I'm calling Gurgle. To come join me here.
Big.
Gurgle, I'm gonna need your help with something here, but there's also a learning opportunity. Do you know what mechanical leverage is?
No.
All right, it's force amplification. Basically, we're going to get a bigger motion out of a smaller motion, if that makes any sense. So, I imagine with the nature of the bones being the kind of textured ground, there's going to be at least one nearby that's like a little bit taller than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Gurgle, I want you to take this. So I'm going to give him my grappling hook.
I just noticed Gurgle's extremely tiny sprite.
oh my god! I did
go.
not see it. I didn't see it.
I assume it's only been there for like last minute, but oh my god.
So yeah, basically, I'm going to, I suppose, MacGyver. I think this is going to have to go. I mean, you can let me know how this would work. Splitting up the actions, I think Gurgle will have to roll for something as well here. Basically, I think I have to MacGyver to help kind of build the thing, and Gurgle to help position it correctly.
I wish I had better initiative because I want to say something to Gurgle that would help him with this roll so fucking bad.
Oh, talk is a free action. You can interject.
Beck looks at him and says, "Learn this trick, and you can trip up any big beast you want. Think about the size of the toes. You're a lord now, Gurgle. It's time to provide."
Gurgle looks down and sees that Barbados has toes that are bigger than Gurgle.
It's the
And he is
Barbatos!
The Barbatos!
As the legend foretold.
He is now laser focused and awaiting Conrad's instructions.
Okay. So I think I would have to roll then the repair to build it from my end. Build the lever.
Toes.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. That is a solid lever that I built out of a bone somehow.
Bone lever.
Just quickly moved, like, you moved another bone underneath it, and it's rounded, so it works as a lever pretty good.
Yes. Oh yeah.
No.
And then I basically I signaled to Gurgle where to affix it to his leg.
So what are we trying to do?
Gurgle's gonna hopefully go in place to attach this thing to his leg. Does he need to roll like agility or some type of improvised something?
Just wedge it between his toes, man.
Yeah,
Trip him up.
Go for his toes. You got this.
He's got it. He manages to attach this rudimentary lever to the toes of Barbatos.
Just wedges it right in there.
Hell yeah. Since I didn't do multi-action, I think that probably uses up my turn, and I'm gonna have to pray that someone else on the team is able to. Oh no, I'm by the lever, so I can just pull it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna yank that lever. Do I need to roll on that action?
How do I want to play this out? Give me a smarts roll just to see how well this plays out based on how you calculated the lever.
Sure.
It's pretty decent. I'm gonna give him an agility roll to not fall over. I assume that is the goal here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. I think he's coming down.
Let's go.
Lynn,
On the
agility.
ground a second time.
Oh no.
Can I use strength to hold on?
Yes, you can use strength instead of agility.
I'm good at that.
This is how we're getting Lynn back down. We can do it.
All right. You manage to reach up and hold on to his horns that you just broke free of, riding them down as Barbatos topples to the ground. Oh, wow.
Is that gonna give him vulnerable back?
And distracted.
We love the taste of that.
You sure do. We love to see it. All right. That was fucking amazing.
I give Gurgle a high five.
Gurgle is already going for the toes. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's good. That's
go,
good.
let's go,
Take
let's
those
go.
fucking toes. Make it so we can't walk.
You don't know where those toes have been.
You ever seen a hamster with like a whole carrot?
Yes. Yes. I love it.
Anyway, Nicodemus' turn.
No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him beneath the chin, since he's kind of supine on the ground.
He has presented his chin before you. It is immensely shootable.
Okay.
And bearded.
What
He's
is
a
his
bearded
posture right now?
Mostly shootable.
He is supine. He is laying on his belly.
Just flat?
Pretty flat. He definitely
damn.
fell and crunched his arms a bit.
Oh.
Nice. All right. So this will be a raise. So it will roll an extra d6. Are you shooting him point blank now?
Yeah, because he's close enough.
All right. That'll be a 4d6 plus 2. All right,
And then
none of
plus
those
2.
exploded, so that'll be a 15. And then 2 more from being vulnerable. That's a 17. Oh boy,
Ow.
he's definitely shaking. I'm gonna have him do a vigor roll to soak so he doesn't take a wound. He failed. He takes a wound.
Excellent.
Love that.
All right. That is a very good shotgun blast. Set him up, knock him down. All right, Lynn, you're close enough to the ground. You can just let go.
I think like there's a moment where Lynn's just like still bracing, but they're already on the ground. He's like, oh, okay, let's go.
Does he have eyes? They have one.
He has eyes, but they almost fold in on each other, ring shaped.
That's gross.
It's very gross.
What?
It's like they're degrading.
How does he see?
That's a good question. Why don't we ask him?
I think before Lynn does a big punch because he's mad, he's gonna ask point blank, "You enjoying yourself?"
Immensely.
Just gonna have to try a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Please bully me, I'll come.
Ooh, I'm gonna do my 2 fighting rolls now.
All right, because we're hitting with frenzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get any modification because of all of that shit going on?
Your damage rolls will get a +2.
Okay. Just want to make sure. That's one.
All right. His parry is garbage, so that hits.
Neat. I'm gonna go ahead and roll damage. And that's +2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nothing.
All right, that's an 8. You think you're going to need a little bit better than that.
Cool. Let's do another punt.
All right, that'll be a hit also. That's a much better hit. Where are you punching him at?
Oh, his whole face is just gross.
It sure is. I don't know if you want that on your hand.
I think I'm punching like the bridge of his beak and face.
Trying to break that beak off so he can stop saying these awful things.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, you shatter his beak. A loud cracking noise sounds out as the top half of his beak falls off, leaving exposed tongue lashing about in his mouth.
Oh.
I regret my actions immediately.
He's gonna take a wound.
Is that the second that he has?
That is the second wound that he has.
Just making sure I'm keeping count right.
He's already at 2 wounds.
Be sure to blow your loads, guys.
There's blood in the water.
What even is happening here? All right. Chance is gonna take aim with his gun and use a hex slinging multi-action to cast Ammo Whammy.
Oh boy, that's a fun one.
It's a mouthful.
It is good.
Pretty good roll too.
That's a very good roll. That's a raise if that matters for ammo whammy.
It does. It gets me 2 effects instead of 1.
Oh.
I think I will take Bullet with your name on it, which is going to give a +2 to the shot, and Ghost Bullet, which will give it armor piercing 6.
Ooh, and armor piercing is exactly what you want against these big old lords. Because you know what? They add their size to their toughness.
That's a 7 to hit.
That will hit.
You love to see it. You just love to see the dice this day. Oh, it's so good.
The dice are
I'm
in your
using
favor.
a lot of bennies. We got an hour left.
The dice.
All right. 10, and that'll be +2 from ammo whammy, you said?
No, so it was +2 to hit and then armor piercing 6.
Armor
so that
piercing
10,
6, okay.
10 is
fine.
armor piercing, or +2 from his vulnerable, I guess.
All right, he's going to have to soak that one. All right, he made... nope, fuck. Benny,
You sure
Benny,
don't.
Benny. Spend that Benny. to reroll
Yum, yum,
that.
yum. Keep feeding me them bennies.
Feeding the bennies.
Hey, bennies.
I love to eat them up. Put them right in my mouth and chew on them like an amiibo.
All right, he manages to soak that wound just barely. you like?
It's a
you
joke
like
that
that
makes
bleed?
sense.
Wait,
That's
didn't they put bitterant on them?
No,
not
that's just on the
amiibos.
cards.
That's on the cards.
On the
Oh,
cartridges.
okay.
Amiibos are fair game.
If you guys have never seen it, Griffin McElroy's eating a lot of amiibos.
Oh,
And
piece
review
by
I've
piece.
their
heard of
mouthfeel.
that.
I like that
Maybe
guy who
Bam
made a
show
plane.
about the mouthfeel of amiibos.
I don't like this.
Taste
Oh,
of your
this
own
is the
medicine,
line?
Caw.
Yeah,
This
sure.
is the line.
This is the line. This disgusting boy is my pride and joy, but we ain't eating amiibos in this house. They're expensive. All right, and I believe that is the end of Chance's turn.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
all
best
right.
part about Ammo Whammy is it's still got a duration of 4 more turns.
Oh, just like
Razor.
Nicodemus's smite.
Ammo whammy.
Excellent. All right. Up next is Cassidy.
Damn it. I had a fun turn plan. It didn't work out.
Ain't that always the case?
Fuck.
He's already on the ground.
I
Kick him
know.
while he's down.
To kind of ruin everything. I was gonna persuade Lynn's rope to Spider-Man him into his eye back when he was standing, but
Oh,
that's
that was
irrelevant
cool.
now. It's super irrelevant now.
Well, since this man's already fucked up, you could use some support rolls.
Yeah, it's probably just time to use work the room. Yeah, I can't think of any other fun things. I don't want to just exclusively be the dynamite character.
Find his massive asshole.
I'm sure it's
It
easy.
is a pretty
Wow.
big target.
Yeah, sure is.
I think the beakless mouth is an easier target.
Yeah.
Yeah, make him suck it down. I'm gonna spend some bennies I shouldn't
Wow.
have. There we go.
What are all those
No, I
bennies?
should have 6. There we go. It
What just
gave me
happened?
some when you rolled the Joker instead of giving them to you. But they have been fixed
Oh.
now.
Weird.
Thank you.
All right.
Fuck.
Quite the decision.
For improv purposes, I was hoping that how long turns take would give me a chance to plan, but then everything
But-
changes so quickly.
Every turn that is taken disrupts your
Let's see.
plans.
Yeah. No one's distracted or vulnerable or anything in this party, huh? We're just killing it.
Nope.
Okay.
You are fucking this man up.
No one's even wounded, are they?
Wound, no.
Even Lynn, who
Nicodemus has
wants to
fatigue.
be.
Nicodemus is fatigued. He's EP.
I think I can fix that one.
He always looks EP.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Old man in the group at 35.
Wow.
if that's ancient, Beck is dust.
It's old to Cassidy.
I think Beck is the oldest person in the room right now at 40.
Yeah, but he's on zombie rules.
Dead.
Yeah.
Cassidy's
oh,
probably like
definitely.
24.
Jesus Christ, younger than I
Lynn can't
thought.
count.
He's supposed to be a young guy. That's the point.
Lynn gave up when he ran out of fingers.
He hasn't counted his age for 20 years.
He knows that fact too, which is makes it that it should be easy for him to
And then
figure
there's
it out.
math that he had to. There's this is it's a whole thing.
It's not worth it.
Don't go down the path of numbers. Don't rely upon them. They'll be taken from you.
Let's see if the check is even
So what
good,
happened to
and
the
I'll
other
see
person?
if the taunt has to be good afterwards. It's not good. It's not good.
It's not good
Okay, great.
at all. How are you
Oh,
persuading?
Cassidy.
Yes. It's not hard to beat up an old man. It's fine.
Oh,
Oh,
put on the spot, rattled and disheveled. Nobody can really hear your attempts.
We're all just like wailing on this dude.
Argo, don't you got a gun or nothing? What the fuck are you doing?
Who shoots people?
Everyone.
We're like that JoJo meme, all stepping on this man.
That was the joke. That was the joke I was ready for. It's like Argo, the idea of Cassidy prepping everyone and the fucking stomping meme, but instead, Cassidy hurt himself in his confusion.
You hurt your own feelings.
Well, now it's a good thing I didn't try to Spider-Man Lynn into his eye hole, because apparently I would have killed him.
Just swoops in there.
I don't even know what a critical failed persuasion does. Wait, no, I do. Doesn't critically failing at supporting people make their stats worse?
It does, actually. So who are you targeting?
Is this... Well, he was targeting what's his name. So does he pick a target or do you pick a target?
Well, no, because it was a support roll.
Oh, it was a support roll.
Yeah.
I have worked the room. Do we have to work the room?
You don't have to work the room. Good thing you didn't take work the crowd.
Fuck. Yeah,
Everyone hated this.
I was upgrading to work the crowd, but I changed my mind. But that would have affected 3 people.
So who have you distracted with your whimpering?
I mean, it's always Lynn. You know, it's always Lynn. God damn it!
That was the only valid choice for sure.
Lynn.
God damn it!
Cassie's losing his shit.
Character.
Lynn you just called Lynn old.
No, it's not what I didn't mean. Fuck.
I'm not that old, I think.
It's
Lynn
fine. It's hot.
hug.
Do something.
All right.
The
He's gonna
daddy
roll
thing is
bickering
hot.
now.
It's fine. Talk
All
about
right,
it later.
he needs to get out of shaken.
Oh no.
Wow. Wasting that great roll on just getting out of shaken.
Fuck you.
He stands up, shaking these vermin off his person, and rips open his robes, exposing his disgusting, disheveled,
Dog.
open and exposed entrails that now pour out over all of you. I need everyone to give me an agility roll to avoid being buried in his slop.
How big that hog, though?
No.
It's in the pile somewhere, I'm sure.
Oh, that was surprising.
Creeple will find it.
Turbo toe.
My fucking God.
Benny.
I'm imagining Argo losing his shit and like crying, and then all of a sudden, it is just covered in gore, and then it's like,
No character has ever been built with more synergistic edges in the history of role playing, and it has not paid off.
It's so funny how every single time Argo tries to do something, he's like, "No, you're a weenie," and then pukes all over himself and is covered in gore.
Oh no!
Awful.
This poor baby.
I miss the tabletop RPG where we spent points instead of rolling.
Oh,
It was
give me more of
deserved
these
thing.
rolls.
I
It's my
liked it in
favorite.
Fear itself. You just spent points, and you could do your
Still have Benny,
character.
don't you?
All right.
I can't spend it here.
You could though.
Beck might kill me.
All right, Cassidy and Conrad, you managed to get caught up in this storm of filth that is pouring down over you. You are distracted and vulnerable from all of this slop. Everyone else manages to get out of the way for the most part.
Did
Cassidy,
Gurgle have to roll?
oh yeah, let me have Girl roll. He's here.
He's occupied.
He's got a decent agility. Oh yeah. He gets covered in slop too, but whatever, he doesn't care.
He
I hate that you're calling it slop.
It's sloppy.
I was really worried that you're gonna have like a sprite for that.
Me too.
For
Of him
sloppy Gurgle?
flashing us.
Yes.
Oh, if I had all the time in the world, you. But Cassidy, as with a 2, you look up and I think you get something in your mouth. It's the worst.
immersed in drinkable grandpa.
Yep.
Oh no.
The grandpa goo.
Drinkable Grandpa is a really good Twitter handle. Like, that's really good. I like that.
That's what Drill will switch to when he gets old. All right, moving on to the next round.
Didn't even want to come on.
Wait,
this
next
adventure.
round? I haven't had my turn.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I was next.
We were all
You were next.
giddy about Cassidy.
Yeah, we were. All right. So before this next round, Becky's
Okay.
turn.
All right. I need a
set up, too.
mental map. Where is the wheel?
He has reacquired the wheel, but he has not strung it back up. It is in his hand.
Is this enough to notice if there's a fucking person on the wheel?
With a 19, yes, there is no person on the wheel.
There's no person on the wheel. That's very exciting.
But with a 19, you additionally realize that the spokes of the wheel point inward, move in a spiral such that they represent a cycle moving from one thing to another endlessly over time as they go around the wheel. This may have some significance towards decay, you think, in the way that things decay to make room for new things.
Yeah, okay. That's the roll I want for this.
Mm-hmm.
So, Beck is summoning Erebus.
Okay.
Can we add Erebus to the combat tracker?
Yeah, I think we can. Let me go grab an Erebus.
Cool. And as he does this, he says, Decay is just one facet of hunger. Bow to your true Lord Barbatus. Under your liege, Erebus, we can take revenge on the red-eyed vulture.
Ooh, give me a persuasion.
This is gonna suck. Because Beck has, like, nothing. Oh,
What?
never mind. That's
However-
pretty good.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, he's gonna roll his spirit against that. All right. You see him quivering and shaking as you name this shadow, and he sees it appear before him. And you notice Erebus looks up at him, not as a towering behemoth like you all do, but as equals. And you see Erebus growing larger, as if he is absorbing the filth and decay that spews from this wounded lord to make himself stronger.
Yeah. I think Beck, just as a free action, I'm not using any voice or doing anything here. He just says, kneel.
And I think involuntarily, Barbatus drops back to his knees.
Mm-hmm.
He is vulnerable. All right. And then we go
All
into
right.
round 3.
Great. Love that.
All right. So now it is Nicodemus' turn.
I was planning that the whole fucking time and you skipped my turn and I was like,
did.
no!
I'm a fool.
I will have my day!
Yeah, I'll just do the reliable thing and shoot again.
All right.
Reliable.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. That's actually going to be a raise. So you're going to roll with 4d6 plus 2 again.
Get his ass.
Get his ass.
Oh.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna not Benny that, but
Conviction?
conviction that.
Ooh, we're going into conviction. All right. So conviction means you will roll an extra d6 with all your rolls.
Okay, so is that 5d6s?
So add 1 extra d6.
How much was it? How much? Sorry. Yeah, so 5d6.
Yes.
5d6 total, but you're not re-rolling it. You're just adding a d6 to it.
So roll 1d6.
Yep, roll 1d6.
Pretty good.
Hey.
And that will explode, so roll another one. Alright, so we're at 13, 14, and then 15, 16 from Smite, and then 17, 18 from him being vulnerable. Oh boy, time to soak some wounds.
Do it, you won't.
Crit fail. Love to see it.
Oh.
Critical failure, can't retry, even though I'm sitting on all these bennies.
Oh my god.
What did I say?
Oh my god.
Well, there's his third wound. One more, and he will be dust.
Or
Wow.
slop. As
Or
it were.
slop. Slop is probably more likely for him. He's kind of a sloppy guy.
Don't say that. Stop talking.
He's a sloppy grandpa, okay?
Sloppy.
Oh.
Just as a heads up, you haven't rolled initiative for Erebus yet.
Oh, you're right, I have it. Let me put him in there.
It's like every single person gets one critical fail per campaign,
As a treat.
As a treat.
including the final boss.
I can't believe the final boss gets a critical fail. How dare the dice do this to me? The dice are in fact not based. They are a cringe.
Listen, I got 2 of them. You have
I haven't
one.
Poor
done
Cassidy over here.
anything for like
Poor
4
Cassidy.
fights in a row.
He's more of a lover than a fighter. You wouldn't understand.
You helped a lot in the last one. What are you talking about?
Hey, Bucky, it's fine.
All right. Now it's up to Barbados. It's his turn.
Bucky
What's
and
he gonna
Jeremy
do?
like my rolls.
He cowers, scampering away on hands and knees from the steadily growing visage of Erebus. And as if a toddler throwing a tantrum, he beats his limbs ragged against the ground, writhing and shouting, screeching with a howl that pierces your ears, and starts causing the cathedral around you to collapse.
Where that wheel, though? Did he drop it?
He dropped the wheel.
Good. We love to see it.
Now, as the cathedral is beginning to collapse, large chunks of bone that have been crafted into this macabre room start to smash down and impale the floor. I want everybody to give me an agility roll to make sure
Oh.
you don't get impaled by these
Oh, I
bones.
can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the payoff
prepare.
of tonight. To
Get out of my way, Dice. I can't see what I'm doing.
Right.
There's so
There we
many
go.
dice.
All right.
Uh-oh. Oh, no!
Nico, no.
No!
Nico didn't even get a. It didn't just get a crit fail. He got a 0.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I'm not going to talk shit on the crit fails anymore. They're serving me now.
position, heal thyself.
Well, we're going to have to see if there's any physician left to heal self with in a moment. But first, let's look at these rolls. All right, Cassidy rolled a 3. Did you do a reroll?
No.
Would you like to? You can let it ride if you trust in these big bones.
God damn it.
Would you rather be pinned under a bone and take bludgeoning damage, or save a Benny for later?
Benny for this shit. Fucking sucking me dry. Cool. Wait, why do I have -2?
Because you're distracted.
Fuck.
That's yeah.
No.
You're
He
covered
slips.
Slop.
He slips on the slop.
Where was my wait, where was my other roll? Oh, up there.
Up there, the slop
Next
and
to-
slide
I
has
actually have a
left
chance
you
because we're all C names.
Oh no!
unable to avoid this giant bone barreling down towards you. Let's see.
Not even one of my 4 bennies was worth spending.
Lynn,
Losing my
you may-
mind.
Lynn, you managed to avoid it. Becky, you managed to avoid it. Chance, you managed to avoid it. Nicodemus, ooh.
Beck does a cool Dark Souls roll and avoids it, but then is completely facing Nicodemus, who he watches just get wrecked.
All right, so let's see how much damage this does to Cassidy and Nicodemus. Conrad is also fine.
I hate to point out agility roll for Gurgle too.
Oh yeah, little Gurgle.
Yeah, how's Gurgle doing?
Teacher, you forgot to collect our homework, teacher.
He's behind Barbados.
Just hidden down there.
All right.
-2.
I'm gonna spend a penny for Gurgle.
Okay.
Using what's that called? I have an edge for that. Beast Bond.
Beastmaster, Beast Bond, yeah. And I'm gonna roll 2 more d6 because 2 of my dice just exploded.
Oh. I don't even understand how damage works in this game.
All right. 29 damage. Golly. So let's see. 4 is shaken. 8 is a wound. 12 is 2 wounds. 16 is 3 wounds. You two might need to soak. But Cassidy... Ooh, you're out of bennies to soak with. And
We both are.
Nicodemus, you're also out of bennies to soak with. This ain't looking too good. Let's see, what's your toughness at?
Not good.
Ooh, indeed. This is an instant KO for Cassidy. And
Can you use conviction for that?
what can conviction do? Oh, do you want to spend your conviction to
Just
add a
to
D6?
not die from Rock's
Just
fall.
to not die? You might want to.
It's the only way I don't die.
And
isn't
Nicodemus,
it?
you just spent your conviction too, didn't you?
I have none left.
Yes, but it lasts a round and it hasn't been around yet.
Oh.
The 2 people who have conviction.
What the fuck? Okay.
Are
Oh,
you
this-
kidding me?
This may have just saved your lives. So give me an extra D6 and that will be added to your
Fuck.
agility roll.
Okay.
Got my fucking life saved by Jeremy. Jesus Christ. Don't be a fucking 1, I swear to fucking God. Let me have one thing this fight. To 2.
But
I
that
got a
might
6.
be enough.
That gives
I
me
got
a
a 6, but it didn't,
5, right?
Did not explode.
That's fine. You needed a 4 total.
Did George
let's see.
explode?
Yes,
Does
but it
conviction
doesn't matter.
explode? Okay.
Is there any reason that he could raise or anything to benefit from that?
Raise would not give him an additional benefit in this circumstance. However, Cassie, your original roll was a 2. Plus 2 is a 4, which is what you needed to not die.
No.
No?
Scroll higher. 5 minutes ago was a 3.
Oh, all right.
The reroll
5.
was a 2, because every
All right,
Benny is literally useless to me.
Well, as useless as the bennies are, the conviction just saved your life. That falling, collapsing cathedral rubble would have flattened both of you were it not for conviction.
I'm laughing at the idea of Argo hitting the floor and covering his head, and the bone lands above him and would have killed him, but it's just like an inch over him. It's just not killing him.
Good thing you hit the deck.
This could not be going worse.
No, it could. You could be dead.
Yeah, I guess. Such
All
different
right.
plans for that conviction.
Argo, you are now buried
Like it's
beneath rubble in tar, barely able to breathe. What are you gonna do?
Cool. Live? What's the dice roll for?
You can make a pace roll to run away.
A pace roll?
Yep. That's when you roll your pace die to see how far you can run in one turn. Roll your running die. Or you can get up and try your best to help inspire the others with the old adage, hey, if I lived, y'all are gonna be fine.
I guess he's not currently drowning in the muck or whatever. I don't know. I can't tell what's happening anymore. So much happened at once.
You can pull yourself up out of that muck by your bootstraps, if you will.
Oh,
let me get rid of those wounds. You don't actually have those. There you go.
Nico as well, if you put them on Nico.
There we go.
He's just gonna taunt. I lived, bitch.
Oh, that was pretty good, actually. Damn.
Free reroll.
Okay.
Oh,
Free reroll, motherfucker. Oh no, that's a provoke.
That's a provoke. Let me roll his spirit.
Nope.
All right. That's several raises.
Does Cassidy sense a foreboding aura from the provoke?
You do, in fact.
He's fucking booking it.
You see his intention is entirely upon you.
I assume normal logic applies where we have an action and a movement.
You sure do. So you can
Cassidy
fucking book it after
fucking
that.
running from that reaction. But this means this means that the enemy is currently provoked. So on top of the taunt causing him to be vulnerable, we also have where is it? This effect where the enemy has -2 to attacking anyone besides me.
Now he has to determine if it's worth his time to chase after you or try and finish things here.
Because fighting anyone besides me has a penalty.
Mm-hmm. All right. Beck.
Cassidy's hoping that he can't make it out his own door.
Is he at 3 wounds or 2?
He's at 3 wounds.
Okay. Beck
and
is
Cassie,
gonna.
You do remember that the entrance, as pointed out by Conrad, was 112 feet.
No. Well, his legs are off.
That's true. That's a hindrance for sure.
Beck is gonna walk up to the wheel on the ground and stand on top of it. And then he's gonna turn to Barbados and say, I think I see now. This here's the keyhole. A door. You want to help me, or am I gonna do this by myself? He's talking to Barbados.
Barbados is fully in toddler tantrum mode and is trying to swat you off of him.
Mm-hmm. All right, then I guess I'm doing this myself. Does that hit?
Where are you shooting? You shooting at Barbados or at the the wheel?
No, just shooting at him.
Oh, just shooting at him? Yep, that's a.
You said he dropped the wheel, so he's just shooting at Barbados for now.
All right, that's a raise.
I believe you can shoot a baby.
Cool.
Oh yeah, yes, I can.
Barbados.
10 plus 2 is 12.
Did you get a raise from that?
I did. Plus 2 is 14.
All right.
Right? That's how much it does on a raise, is plus 2?
No, a raise is D6.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, hold on. So that's 12 plus / roll 1d6. I haven't been rolling a 1d6 for all of my raises this time, but
you've been cheating yourself.
Yeah, so this is a 15 then.
All right. Yeah, if you hit raise on the little prompt, it'll automatically do it for you. So
I don't see raise. I see Benny and Free.
Well, because you... Oh, that is weird.
It's when you're rolling the damage in the sheet.
Oh, should I do that then, or are we just gonna keep this? What do we want?
We'll just keep this one, but for the future.
Okay. It's like the middle button.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I see. Okay.
All right, so that's 13, and then plus 2, and
15.
15. All right, let's see if he can soak that.
Crit, fail, crit, fail, crit, fail.
All right, he manages to soak that, but just barely.
Okay. Whatever.
But he is shaking. And he's running out of bennies, and by he, I mean me. All right, Conrad. You've given this dope the ropes, but maybe it's time to get your streak back on track.
Railgun.
It's gonna be hard. I'm vulnerable, distracted. What does that do to my rolls again?
-2 to your rolls. So maybe it's not time to risk the streak.
Sure, it
That's
is.
up to you. You're gonna need a 4 to hit him.
That's brutal.
We're going for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
That's what we needed.
And now
Alright.
I roll for damage.
Yup. With a raise.
Let's see. Where is? Oh yeah, it's in gear. Duh. It's been a while.
Over in gear.
And
Roll with raise. Roll with
wait,
raise.
how do I roll with the raise? Oh, roll raise. There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
And that's +2?
No. That's +2. Yep. Okay. If he doesn't succeed on a soak roll, he's gonna die. Let's see what he does. Oh, he needed to soak 2 wounds, and he only soaked 1 wound.
Oh.
With that, Barbados has come to a grisly demise.
Eat shit, you tall bastard.
He looks down at you as you make this final remark, and he says, "Ah!" and then explodes into black goo that covers you, just pouring down from what was once his body. Oh.
I'm covered in guts and goo, and yeah, things are.
Guts
And
and
murderous
goo and
intent.
glory.
The railgun worked even when Conrad was like vulnerable and distracted.
He just
the
can't
god
be
roll.
stopped.
That was my last Benny too.
A
One
lot of
useless
zeros in the corner
feeling.
right now.
Oh boy. All right.
Well, you nearly killed 2 of us, so.
That's all part of the fun. So, as Barbados comes crashing down, Beck, you feel a strange lightness in your chest, as if a burden has been lifted, but not in a good way.
Mm.
It almost feels as if something inside of you, something not native to your soul, that was driving you, fueling you, is beginning to be snuffed out. This is not a good thing.
No.
But the rest of you notice that Erebus continues to grow larger and larger until he is big enough that he begins to swallow the wheel.
That Beck is standing on?
Yes. Beck, do you want to remove yourself from the wheel or allow Erebus to swallow you?
Neither. Beck is going to oppose the roll and hold Erebus's jaws open with one hand and his foot.
All right, give me strength.
Strength? Okay, I can't use focus for this.
Should we help out or just go with this?
If you use focus, that will be like trying to sever your connection with Erebus and sending him away.
I couldn't try to dominate Erebus.
Do you want to try and dominate Erebus?
Yes.
Ooh. Do it. I fucking dare you.
I don't know what I got. Hold on. Sorry. Sure, we'll Benny that. Just to see.
Okay.
Yo.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck.
So,
You rolled a
Is
17
Erebus-
on both your dice.
yeah, is Erebus even gonna try to oppose this?
Yes.
Okay, we'll give it a try then, bitch. Fight me.
All right.
So as Erebus's jaws try to come down on this, Beck steps forward and like stomps a foot down on his bottom row of teeth and then puts his hand up and like holds the roof of his mouth open. And as he's standing there straining under the weight, he says, "Not this time. This is mine. Sit the fuck down, Erebus. This doesn't belong to you. This is my revenge."
As he peels backwards, stalking much like a cat that has been denied a treat, you can feel his tempestuous fury building.
"Don't you give me that. I have fed you for years. Given you names. I have sacrificed everything for you. Find something else."
You see Erebus look at you, and it's almost as if he relents in the pettiest, most immature way possible by leaving. Entirely. You feel him sink away, not into your shadow, but down further away to where you can't reach him anymore. He'll let you have this, but that is all you will have.
Does Beck feel hungry?
You don't.
After all this time, I forgot what it was like. And I think Beck falls to one knee. And he begins to look down at himself, at his hands, and at this wheel. And he knows what it means to die on this wheel. He looks up at the rest of the group as he starts to discorporate again. And I think he looks at Conrad. He says, "Know the price you pay for what you take, Conrad. This world, you'll never be free in it. Choose your cage wisely." And then he looks at Chance and he says, "Brother, you have made your bed. Watch over her and make the best home you can from what she provides." And I think here, Beck looks up and addressing Madaska, he says, "My time here was short, but thank you for heart and hearth." And then he groans and holds his guts as he begins to puke shadow, the thing that was holding him up this entire time, this thing that was filling him and keeping his body fresh and living, evacuating from him as he just pours it all over the tile and the wheel itself.
Cassidy starts initiative.
Ooh. Let me end the initiative and then restart it. Any others want to try and take action quickly before Beck is gone?
I think before that, Lynn was just like helping Cassidy to his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already ran.
Oh, well, never mind.
This is a surprise reappearance of Cassidy at the end of the story. The way I imagine this playing out is that Cassidy's hands on the revolver, and it just jolts up. It's sure and steady in a way that he's never been, and he's up on his toes because it's physically. Bucky was taller than he was.
I don't want to be a pain, but I have danger sense.
Well, I have great news because we have a roll to resolve with Cassidy before your danger sense is relevant.
Ooh.
On anything that can take me as a surprise, though, I get bonus to the roll.
Okay. But we'll see if we get there.
Yeah.
Because Cassidy's just as caught up by surprise as he is. That sense didn't make any sense. but Cassidy's jolt just bolt upright, arm rigid, out of his control. He's pulling it away with the other arm, trying to, because he doesn't know fully what's happening here. But it's the fucking revolver that's been hunting for Beck since Bucky went down.
Can I roll to see if I notice?
Yeah. You notice, but it takes a moment. You don't think you can act quick enough to stop whatever's happening.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Is that something I can do?
Yeah.
Kind of shout at the top of my lungs, Edward Kettle. That's all.
I don't know if this makes any lore sense, but it doesn't have to make lore sense. Cassidy can still try regardless. But Cassidy's going to try to reason with Bucky's revolver.
All right, persuade that gun for me.
He's trying to tell the gun, this isn't how you end this. He's trying to redirect the aim to the same effect. What you want is the tiger. Please?
That's pretty good, and you get a free reroll. All right, we'll take that first one.
It's also, wait, is it still conviction?
No, I'd say a round past.
Okay.
Yeah. When you use conviction, you get a d6 to all your rolls for one round, and you can spend a Benny to extend it, but you're out of them. Yeah. But
because Cassie's trying to redirect to Erebus.
A 9 is a raise, and as you try to redirect to Erebus before Erebus disappears, you feel a hesitation in the gun. It's almost as if it realizes what it really wants beyond revenge. And it yanks your arm upward, pointing at the top of the cathedral. Do you let the trigger fire?
Yes.
Do it. The shot rings out, and as if it is a stone shattering through glass, the entire cathedral collapses, spinning into shards around you. And you see not the spiral of filth outside, but a different, more familiar sight. It's Southpaw, and there are stars in the sky. Beck, as you lay dying on the iron wheel, you see the sky. You see the stars.
I think Beck is like on both knees right now, and his palms are up on his he's like sitting like Seiza kind of, I guess. And his palms are up on his knees, and his head is turned high, and he's looking at the sky. And he goes, I understand now that the choices we make are our prison. But it's the choices that let us decide. It's It's the choices that give us what we need to move forward. This whole world is a game. I see it now. And those above play us like cards in their hand. But that don't mean we can't play ourselves. Oh, I miss that sky. And I think there, Beck just kind of goes limp. Not enough to fall over, just sitting there on his knees, staring up in the sky. He sort of relaxes, his face towards the stars, and he's gone.
Beck, will you please turn over your card?
Yes.
Conrad walks up to Beck and says, "This is for you." And he puts the bullet in one of his pockets.
And Cassidy, after that shot rang out, you find the gun is no longer in your hand.
He also presumably just ate shit when it disappeared.
Because it was like holding him up.
Yeah. Cassie's just sobbing.
I think Lynn would probably, at this point, move over to give, like, a comforting embrace.
As all of this is happening, Beck's body just begins to evaporate and dissolve towards the sky, moving upwards.
It is quite the sight to behold. And speaking of sights, you notice some nosy peepers are starting to poke their way out of Mortadella's meat wagon.
And all this time, he hasn't pulled his shirt up.
He's really trying, okay? He'll figure it out one of these days.
Nat one.
Shirts are hard. Nat one, he can't retry ever.
Never.
that is his curse.
He rolled a nat one 10 years ago.
He's been trying to get his shirt on ever since. You see the residents of Southpaw emerging and looking up to the sky that has been stolen from them for so long, in awe. Realizing that the heroes of Southpaw have returned to them, they slowly begin to approach. Mortadella hugs the tarnation out of Nicodemus. Wolfram offers a reassuring caress to Cassidy. Kit bombards Conrad with a million questions, wanting to know every last detail of what went down. You see Bertram taking notes as he studies Cassidy and Lynn. And Stilton is on the verge of tears at seeing you all back in one piece, more or less. No tears are shed for the loss of Taslin Beck, but he probably wouldn't have wanted them anyhow.
Cassidy is just deeply unheroic in this moment. Just curled up and sobbing. The shock
Nicodemus
of
in
boss fight to almost shooting a man to everything ending like this. All in like 30 seconds. He's not gonna be back.
Nicodemus
He's not gonna be back for a while.
inhales, feeling his first breath of fresh air in a long, long, long time, and he just smiles big and says, "That's the grass I missed."
You never knew the air could taste so good.
He's troubled, though. He's smiling, but he's troubled. And he's not going to tell anyone why, not just yet.
After a moment of people getting situated, reacquainted with being back topside, Sheriff Stilton approaches Cassidy and he tips his hat and he says, "Oh, Mr. Argo, I think you should probably see who I found passed out back at the station."
What the fuck's happening now?
And he points and he says, "Looked like he wiped out my whole collection of magic beans." And you see the smallest, most pathetic donkey you have ever seen in your life. So well. And he says, I guess he got tuckered out and slept through the whole thing.
Oh my god. You forgot about your donkey. He's matching you too. You're accessorized together. And he's left him.
Incredible.
He's got Cassidy's eyes.
He sure does. One of them, anyhow.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Aeria?
Okay, we're just seeing that now. It's amazing.
Jerry!
Jerry
It's been a while since we've seen
trundles.
a normal-sized horse.
Jerry trundles on over, full of beans. Nudges his head awkwardly into Argo, into Cassidy, the way he always does.
Now Cassidy's worse.
You have reignited the fourth round of sobbing. They did it. They came back to us. All of them. All the ones that mattered, anyhow. But now, as Southpaw returns topside, as our adventure comes to a close, and the events of this little other side excursion fade into myth and legend, the question remains, how will y'all be remembered? And will my camera folks please head over to the card stacks and open the Deadlaws folder and click on the Deadlaws hand. We're gonna end this the way we started it and draw cards to see whose legend
I
we're
forgot
gonna
how to
follow.
do this. Oh, card
So you
stacks.
should-
It's been a while.
Yeah, so you're in card stacks. Do you see the
The
Deadlaws
Deadlaws
folder?
deck or Deadlaw
There's Deadlaws and the Deadlaws deck. Open Deadlaws.
Deadlaws.
Should have nothing in
Raw.
it yet. Yeah.
Then I'll say, okay.
All right. It looks like Chance. We're gonna follow your legend. How does your legend shake out? Where does Chance go after this? After this life-changing story?
Oh wow, second arm.
Oh yeah. Wow, look at him. I assume if he ever needs to pass as a two-armed man, he can apply some makeup.
That's true. That's true.
But whenever he's not doing that, he can
There we
always play to his strength.
Chance is done with what he was doing before. No more running across the West trying to make a fortune, cheating his way for it. He knows that someday this debt to Madaska might still be called, so he's spending his time trying to enjoy life a little bit differently. He might even settle down here in Southpaw, make some friends, real friends with the residents, but still beat the crap out of them at cards every chance he gets.
That wouldn't be Chance if he didn't. Now, why don't you go ahead and draw another card for us? Oh, looks like somebody did already. we'll honor that then. And that means Lynn is up next. What happens to him after this little adventure?
I think that what ends up happening is that for as long as Lynn can remember, he's just been kind of doing his own thing and only interacting with people as necessary. And I think that just the month that they had spent in close proximity, unable to avoid other people at all, and the journey that they've taken to get here is just kind of opened his eyes to the fact that he doesn't have to be on his own all the time. And I think how that manifests is that he's around town a lot more than he used to be. Still takes his time to enjoy his solitude out in the wilderness, but not nearly as much as he enjoys just being in town and getting to tell people about the piece of shit little town in Texas he grew up in, even though he's told it 1,000 times at this point. He doesn't have many other stories.
Well, he's got at least one more under his cap now.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah.
The piece of shit little town he came from and the piece of shit little town he's in now. It's a two-parter. What happens to Conrad after this?
So, after maybe taking a bit of time to relax in the town here, he understands, he knew full well as soon as they got back that there's not really anything for him here. He didn't really like the work that he was doing as a military contractor. For moral reasons, it was weighing in on him. He just used that to kind of get out of the situation he was in. He's also kind of aware that there might be some loose threads involving the person he killed back in Pennsylvania. And he thinks carefully about Beck's words about choosing the prison that we're in. And he's like, screw it, there's nothing for me here. And way back, when he first met Gurgle, I did a stealth roll. And what Conrad did is when he created the muzzle for Gurgle, is he actually drew a bit of blood intentionally from Gurgle.
Mm-hmm.
And so Conrad is going to kind of take apart his Rick Rider compass and turn it into a Gurgle compass.
Ooh.
And he is going to dreamwalk and look for his way back to the Goblin Town.
Now that he's learned the secrets of dreamwalking from those well versed in it, he's eventually able to make breakthroughs and quantify more scientific methods to enter into the other side.
Oh, and he's definitely teaching math and architecture to Gurgle and the goblins. So
that's fucking dangerous. What are you doing? Oh my god.
Don't worry about it.
A real villain.
No.
All right, I'm going to draw the next one. Next one is Cassidy. Where does your story go from here?
The more things change, the more they stay the same. I think Cassie just went right back to acting, just honestly this time.
Putting on proper shows.
Sometimes Wolfram helps, sometimes there's actually an audience, and sometimes it's just Kit.
There's always
That's the only thing he knows.
But it's good that he's turning to make an honest living.
Every now and then he wonders if Lynn's gonna come back into town.
And every now and then he does. Funny how that works out. Alright, and then next up is Nicodemus.
Whew. Well, this entire journey basically changed everything that he thought he knew about the world, but it didn't change in a huge way.
Every good journey should.
What he said before Cassidy almost fired that bullet. The holy man, he thinks that maybe no one shed a tear for Beck. Maybe it's better that he's gone, but Nicodemus has always been a man of dealing in trades and being fair. And he stands around and smells the grass, sees the stars, feels the wind, and he thinks, we got our town back. But he didn't get his con artists. And he's still out there.
Indeed. And that just leaves Taslin Beck, the outlaw. As he took his swift repose, moving into whatever lays beyond, he was at peace. Somehow. He was not thinking, not dwelling on how Erebus used him for his own goals, without a thought to actually fulfilling Beck's planet revenge. Though it may not have been a good life, it was a life. And now it's over. But others go on.
I think two things happen. I think in Chicago, maybe a couple years from now, Deirdre Gorman, heir to Gorman Logistics and Shipping, she's standing on her balcony, watching over the city she owns. She looks over her shoulder, back inside, at that sofa in front of the fireplace. And sitting on that sofa is her son, a small feline boy, not a black cat like her, but tiger-striped, reading a book in front of the fire. And she knows one day, the night of Chicago will belong to him. And somewhere far out there, that man that darkened her door, he'll stand as a lighthouse in the darkness to guide him.
And with that, our story draws to a close.
I'm emotionally drained in real life.
Good. I like that reaction to my players. Thank you all for joining us for Deadlaws.